All right, Marco, I'm looking over your shoulder. I see processing over here, which is something I'm always interested in. And we had talked briefly about logging. I want you to tell us about both.
Right. Well, here we're talking about the accessories which are usually built into the master control system. Of course, according to the budget, we can take things out or put things in, according and customize a little bit.
So it's not just fit in as it is. It's very customizable.
Correct. According to the budget, of course. Right. We have to respect the budget. So, but of course, we suggest to put in the processing, or better, the digital audio processor at the end of the chain. I want to specify that a digital audio processor is something a little expensive, which sometimes goes out of the budget for small TVs, so they usually prefer something analog. But in order to achieve ITU 1770, which is the algorithm necessary for the
callback.
The callback, correct? Yes. You need a digital audio processor. So in this case, what the machine does, it actually ensures that the energy contained in the audio level which is sent to the public actually is always the same as perceived by the human ear. That's the scope of the callback. And this machine, whether you're live, whether you're recorded, whether your audio is low or your audio is high, he will ensure and act as an automatic volume adjuster in order to stay in the specs of the callback of that law.
An AGC, basically.
It is, and it's not an AGC based on electrical, let's say, parameters, but more on the content of the parameter. If I have an interview of a lady's voice at a certain level, it's going to sound very different from a Pink Floyd concert. That's just to give an example. Right. So the Pink Floyd concert maybe has the same audio level, but it will contain a lot more energy. That's what actually the digital audio processor takes into account in order to allow that it sounds the same at the end.
Okay, so we've talked about the processing. We've got logging we need to talk about.
Yeah. Logging, of course, in most countries around the world is mandatory. So this means that the government obliges radios and TV stations to record themselves 24/7 and to keep the recordings for a predetermined number of days, usually 60 or 90. So of course, we need to put a logging system, which we produce. The logging system can have also a double purpose, which is streaming to the internet, maybe on your website, so you can use the same machine for two purposes, which is always good for the budget. The logging will be recording in low quality. It doesn't need to be HD, but very good video quality in order to see all the graphics which goes on there, and everything is readable. Most of all, also the audio is always in very good quality, because most of the times you want to listen to the audio. There are other purposes for logging. Another purpose is advertisement certification. If your TV station puts on air some ads, you will want to prove that you put those air-on ads to your own customers in order maybe to charge them, and to, it has that purpose, and that's always very good to have. So logging is there.
And of course it's also as your own security, in that in case an advertiser or a person out there challenges what they have seen or what they have heard. In an advertiser's case, you can prove that the item was on the air.
Correct. Those are the main purposes. Of course, logging can also be a little bigger. Maybe some channels would want to log also their competitors, just to have an idea of which customers they're targeting, maybe the same ones. So logging can have different purposes. The nice thing about our system is that it's completely automatic. You turn it on, and the system keeps recording indefinitely, and when it reaches the number of days which are desired, which are usually the specs for the law, legislation, it automatically deletes the oldest recording. If something bad happens to the system, which is not able to record or doesn't have audio or video input inside, has an automatic alarm notification system, and it can send you email or SMS to inform you that something is not working in the logging system. So very easy to use appliance. It's just you turn it on and you forget it, most likely. Okay.
All right, Marco, thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. And folks, if you want to find out more information about Axel Technology products, including the Master Control Room that we've talked about here today, give us a call here at Broadcast Depot at 305-599-3100. Check us out on the web at 7bd.com, or like us on Facebook at Broadcast Depot US.